Make sure you keep that same energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Make sure you keep that same energy. Make sure you keep that same energy.
Mike G coming through the crowd raw, big dog. You don't really want to feel these claws. See, God loves me anyway, despite these flaws. So I gotta get a little buck wild, yeehaw. My God giving y'all the blessings, so I never tap out. No time for stressing. I'm confessing that I'm still learning lessons. When I get knocked down, get up stepping, cause I know how my blessings flow. Started from the ground down to the tiptoe. Holy Spirit, you the one that miss this flow, cause I'm talking about you and the whole trio. The Father's on top and they call me mijo. For my Latino, this Jesucristo. My God's bilingual, so if you didn't know, I'ma speak English, mi amigo.
Make sure you keep that same energy. Make sure you.
Hey, how y'all doing? It's Rick Sincere with MTMV Sports. Man, I am geeked, blessed, overjoyed to be joined today by my man. Y'all know the myth, the legend. Nah, that's the voice. But to be joined today by Connie Westside, the best side. You know what the deal is. Our college football correspondent, somebody who brings us all the news that we need on what's going on in the world of college football. And today, the big day is National Signing Day. It's a huge situation. Connie, I need you to talk to me about what's going on, bro. I'm hearing that Coach Deion Sanders has just flipped the nation's #1 recruit, Travis Hunter. I need to understand what happened. Give me the what happened. We'll get into all the stuff, right? But I need to know what happened. I don't know if you remember, I talked about this on the show the other day. We were allowed to cover the SWAC championship. At the end of the SWAC championship, in the post-game press conference, Deion Sanders said this outright. He says, we're good now, right? We're good now, but later we're going to be really good. And I think he was foreshadowing this move. I think he was foreshadowing this exact move. We'll get into today. We'll talk about what happened. We'll talk about the how. We'll get into the reaction. And then at the end of the day, I need to know what's next. And then what is the ceiling for Coach Deion Sanders and this Jackson State team? Let's dive in, man. Connie Westside, the best side. Talk to us, bro. What happened?
All right, so yesterday night, Tuesday night, man, you hear Coach Prime on his weekly Barstool show. He says, hey, we're going to shock the country. What I'm about to do tomorrow will shock the country. And honestly, being here at Florida State, there was a watch party for Travis Hunter. Everybody was in the gym. Everybody was in the offices. You had a Wake Up War chant. Shout out to Aslan and Corey. Everybody had the watch. It was the Travis Hunter watch. You know, we were like, yo, he's going to sign today, and he's going to go with Florida State. A blue blood when it comes down to the rankings of college football, older blue blood, and then all of a sudden you see this young man play and gives a speech. And the speech was legendary. I mean, he said, hey, man, Florida State is where I love. It's been a beacon of mine, but I want to go change the narrative. I want to be amongst the great Jerry Rice. He said he also mentioned the late great Walter Payton. And he said, hey, I'm going to JSU. And he made the decision to go to JSU. And also shout out, because I've been talking to another young man. I want to go ahead and mention him as well. Michael Play. He's a young man that actually played for me back when I was coaching at Rickers High School, and he is now me and him talked to the DMs a couple of times, and I told him, hey man, you know, I would love for you to come back to FAMU, but I want you to go to Jackson State so you can experience something different than what you're experiencing now. And lo and behold, he has just signed with Jackson State. So Jackson State had landed a top defensive 4-star or former 3-star defensive end / hybrid linebacker that could play safety also. We talked about him the other night. Now, what does this mean for Florida State? Well, Florida State said they can back up with some of the recruits that they got. But for Jackson State, this is monumental. I mean, to get into it, there are things that we will get into later on in the show. But there's some things that he signed, and there's some money that is involved. But Rick, what else you got, man? What else you?
Yo, I need to
What
know
question?
how this happened, bro. Like let's dive into how,
Oh,
because yeah,
you want me to
and
go?
look, let's let's keep it facts. Let's keep it 100
I can
percent facts here.
I keep it facts.
Okay, how in the world did this happen?
Hey, man, you have Deion Sanders, man. Deion Sanders put butts in seats. Deion Sanders, he money comes where he goes. Deion Sanders has been a automatic ATM ever since he got out of Florida State all those years ago. He's been an automatic ATM. He's going to make you money. He's going to make his money. And he's going to make sure he looks good. And everything that he does, he's going to make sure it turns into gold. And this is what you get from a Deion. Now we have some arguments later to a video we will react to later. It's not even a video; it's a soundbite that we're going to react to later. But how did this happen? Excuse me. Deion knew what to say. I mean, you have a dynamic athlete in Travis Hunter, something that mirrors Deion. Deion was dynamic coming out of high school. This guy's dynamic coming out of high school. Not only that, he has deals already with Overtime. Overtime has deals with him. I was hoping when he came to Tallahassee, MTMV was going to have deals with him, but Overtime got a deal with him. We can't offer the same money, but what we can offer is publicity, free publicity and all that other stuff. Now, bro, let's be honest. The bag was presented. He signed a $1.5 million contract with Barstool, which is pretty much setting up his family to just, be straight for the time he's in college. So he's going to be looking good in college. Not only that, there's more deals to come. He's already talking with Beats by Dre to join the NIL deal with Shador. He's also talking with a couple of restaurants around there. So he has a crap ton of NIL deals that might honestly top out to $5 million if we play the cards right.
Dude, let's dive a little bit more into the type of athlete that he is. What is Jackson State getting from a Travis Hunter? Are they getting the dynamic punt returner? Are you mentioned Deion? Are we getting a great punt returner? Are we just talking about a defensive back who has, phenomenal athletic ability? Or are we talking about, an all-around player that'll probably touch a little offense, special teams, and defense?
Well, the type of player you're getting, first off, he's number one. He's the number one overall corner. He's also the number one overall wide receiver. So he's number one in both categories. He is a dynamic returner, but the thing is, he has a nick for the ball. He has a nose for it. So he's going to go find the ball wherever it is in the air. And people will try to clock him and talk about speed. What is clock like? But the thing is, they did a sports science on him, and his game speed is 10 times faster than any clock speed that any high schooler will give you. So the type of athlete you're gonna get is a guy that he breathes and bleeds football. He is going to make you 10 times better. No one knew who Colin Hills was until Travis Hunter decided to go to that school. And now Colin Hills is all over the place. They just won their state championship game. They beat a powerhouse in Grayson. You got him going down to Valdosta, beating lanes. I mean, we're talking about a guy that will give you an automatic bucket. If there was a bucket in football, you know what I mean? He's going to get you into the end zone. He's going to get the proper takeaways from you. He's actually going to be a great pair with number 4 from Jackson State. They call him a bucket or a butter or something, but he's going to be he's a great pair from the guy that turned from Georgia. So you got a great pair in that. So you got him on that side and him on the other side, and then you got Shador Sanders. Also, although let's be honest, we playing daddy ball with him, but he's getting better each year. So yes, he's going to make that defense 10 times better. And I want to say right along with some of the defensive line signings that Deion just got.
Look, let's address some comments that we're seeing here. We got JT in the comment section.
Yo, JT.
JT's here. He said, hey yo, it's 2 more potential 4 to 5-star recruits coming. That's believable. We'll talk about FAMU in a second. We'll talk about other colleges later on. But he says you're getting an athlete that can dominate both sides of the ball, right? JT mentioned number one DB, number 2 receiver. Wanamaker says it's happening because he made it make sense, right? If you can play, the NFL will find you. At the end of the day, when he said, why don't NFL invite more HBCU players to the NFL Combine? He did say that. He talked about that in his post-game press conference as well. Cool. So we have those comments. I need to kind of get into this next thing. If you looked at the video, like you mentioned, it was a crazy, I want to say a very let's just say a fun video to watch, right? So if you talk about like this video, he puts on the Georgia hat, he says nah, he throws that joint down, right? He puts on the Florida State hat, he throws that joint.
He throws
and then
it to
he
his mom. Let's be honest, he throws it to his mom.
He did, right? And then he says no, and then he opens up his jacket, and you see "Believe," which is Deion's slogan, right? And then somebody tosses him the Jackson State hat. When you saw that going down, did you respond the way the crowd responded?
I was sad. Being a guy that covers Florida State here in Tallahassee, Tallahassee's in I'm sorry, but we are in a like panic mode. This is not a drill. Good thing we wound up landing the quarterback of the future, AJ Duffy. But not landing a Travis Hunter is oh my God, it's devastating to the program, it's devastating to the fan base. Matter of fact, when you were talking earlier on the phone, man, the guy in the background was like, yeah, man, it sucks, man. I don't think Deion's invited to the cookout. And I mean, shoot, you know what? It's history, man. You gotta understand the history behind it. I mean, it's so much so to where Deion could have landed this kid here if Deion would have gotten the job. Deion should have had this job. A lot of people did expect Deion to fail. A lot of people expect Deion to fail. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's crazy because Deion talked about that too. Somebody said at the press conference, and we talked about this before, at the press conference, somebody said, hey, Coach Prime, everybody expected you to be here right now. And he was like, really? I don't believe that.
I don't believe that at all.
He stopped him mid-sentence. He was like, really? I don't believe that. Y'all didn't think I was going to be here right now. Right? He said, but the inner core believed that they would be here right where they are right now.
Right.
So, and we talked about this. We asked the question on the last show, right? Did they believe? And some people were like, nah, they didn't believe it. So let's dive in a little bit more. You talked about the reaction from the person. I heard him in the background too. I heard the reaction. Yeah. There's been more reactions, right? In particular, Clubhouse reactions. And are we ready to get into that now?
Yeah. Let's dive in, man. Let's go ahead and dive into that, man.
Okay, let's hear.
Big Cat again. My energy's a little bit lower, okay? I feel bad for you guys. I do. I did coach at Florida State as the offensive coordinator. We had some great memories together. You should have hired Deion when you had a chance 2 years ago.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I think we have to be, I think at the time, Deion didn't have any experience running a program, a big-time college football program, and I think that you can't fire a coach in 21 games and hire a guy that's got no experience running the big-time program. That's what I think.
But come on. You guys know Deion. Deion's electric. Deion puts asses in the seats. Deion gets people to feel a certain type of way. He was the home run hire that you guys passed on, and today has been 2 years in the making. It sucks for Florida State. Again, as a former offensive coordinator, I feel bad for you guys because I love my time at Florida State. I have nothing but great memories when I was in Tallahassee. But Deion was the hire.
Deion's not a home run hire, bro.
Okay, all right.
Oh, wait, who said that? Who said he's not a home run hire? He's the home run hire.
I said
your
that.
number one
Me,
recruit.
co-host.
He just flipped your number one recruit. How could he not be a home run hire?
With money.
All right,
he
but
flipped it with
I got Doug out of here, bro.
money.
I got Doug out.
He ain't walking that boy's living room and flip him on Jackson State. He flipped him with a deal that's never been seen before. So
The smoke was real. The smoke was real.
Wow. Yo, so Wanamaker said, like, let's not get it twisted. Coach Prime will be the next head coach of Florida State. It may take 3 to 5 years, but he will end up there. We'll see about that. But yo, what did you feel when you heard those words, right? When you heard that, I know what I felt. You saw it on my face, right? Like, whoa. What would you feel when you heard it?
Man, honestly, man, I agree with the old boy from the offensive coordinator, man. I agree with him. We should have took this chance. The thing is, Florida State, they wanted to fill their quarter because they knew they should have hired Deion before Taggart. They knew that. But they went and got Taggart instead because Taggart was part of this big program over there in the West Coast called Oregon. Now they knew this. Now they had a second chance to get him at a cheaper price. And not only that, guess what was coming with him? Under Armour was coming with a massive deal to give Florida State, all of Florida State athletics a discount. All of Florida a discount at a discount. They were going to land a huge deal as a discount, and then they were going to make money off of that. But guess what happened? They decided, hey, we're gonna go with Norvell. And Norvell for the time being, look, I'm not gonna lie, there's some questionable things, but look, I want to give the man some time too. But at the same time, we want to be realistic here. You can change a program overnight like Jackson State. That's easy to do. That's easy to do. You can get the coaches to come in here, scheme up and all that. That's easy to do. Because let's be honest. This is HBCU. This is HBCU football. It's different than the blue blood football. You know what I'm saying? Deion, he's not going to come in and get all the players that he wants and say, "Hey, we're going to develop you guys," and then he's not seeing instant results. You know what I mean? But here's the great thing about Deion. Deion could have used the players that Florida State already had at the time. I mean, they had some monster players at the time. They still had Asante Samuel Jr. They still had some other guys that their name leaves me right now, but they still had a dynamic defense.
Y'all pardon Kanye Westside, man. He's kind of going through some stuff right now, man. I'm pretty sure that he's crying because Florida State is losing recruits left and right. And I understand it, man.
I have something in my eye. Thank you. And it burns.
And I understand it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But no, let's be honest with ourselves. We could have got this guy to come in, fix this program. We wouldn't have been Bama, but we would have been better than what we are today. I think we would have been 8 games. I think Prime would have got us 8 games. We got 5. First season with even in COVID year, got 3. Most teams got doggone their first year with COVID. Most teams got doggone 10 wins.
Dude, let me ask you a question. Do you believe at some point, Wanamaker said this earlier, that at some point Coach Prime will end up at Florida State and you'll make all this right? Do you believe that happens at some point? Or do you believe he sticks around at Jackson State for a significant period of time and elevates HBCU to a different level? Or HBCU football to a different level?
Prime wants to win. And Prime wants to be the big dog in the arena. I think Prime stays there for a while. And honestly, I honestly think what's going to happen is he's going to build that market up to where, because come on, man, people know where Jackson's at, but who really knows about Jackson? He's going to get a facility.
Jackson State?
No, he's talking about Jackson, Mississippi.
Who knows about Jackson, Mississippi?
Yeah.
Everybody now.
Everybody now. He has so much money going into that city to where, I might have to stay here for a while. So I think he stays. I think he stays for a while.
JT thinks he leaves in 5 years. Wanamaker said that they don't lose a recruit like that, right? You don't lose a recruit like that if it's at Florida State, right?
Mhm.
Let me ask this question to you, Wes. We just saw Coach Prime come off of his huge win, his SWAC championship win, right? He's headed to the Celebration Bowl, which we will be covering, thank God, right? We'll be there to cover that one live and you know all the stuff leading up to that game. So cool, right?
Mhm.
Coach Prime is headed to the Celebration Bowl, right? Is the bigger win getting or landing Travis Hunter or him winning the Celebration Bowl on Saturday if he gets that chance?
Is the bigger win? Wow, oh, that's a good
What's the
question.
bigger win? Winning a bowl game his first year or landing the nation's #1 recruit? And you can answer in the chat too. I see JT is here. JT says he leaves in 5 years. Wanamaker's here as well. Talk to me. What do y'all think? What's the bigger win for him?
That's a tough question because, I mean, you got Travis.
Landing the recruit.
You didn't land just any recruit. You know what I mean? So that's big right there in itself. Not saying there's no significance in the Celebration Bowl, because Celebration Bowl has plenty of significance. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
So let's be honest here. Let's just say landing this big recruit, because what the recruit's going to bring you, because you already made 32 mil. Now you're going to make another 80 mil possibly by landing this kid. Think about
so
his fan base.
Okay.
Think about his fan base. He has a fan base of his own. These kids, bro, kids are going to be like, yo, I don't want to go to Bama no more. I want to go to Jackson State because this guy went to Jackson State. Bro, basketball kids are not the same now. You see what LaMelo did with basketball. Hey, I'm not going to go to this college. I'm going to go to the NBL and ball over there in Australia and become a number one and number 3 pick, top 5 pick. And then I'm going to come in. I'm going to dominate because I'm playing with grown men. Man, come on, like the narrative changed. It's different now. It's different now. Kids are going next, to follow.
Bro? So what's next? So I know I saw he talked about JT said FAMU was about to land a stud, right? JT also said what else he said? JT said that somebody else may be headed to an HBCU. I forgot where he said that. Hold on. Let me see. He said the kid Shamar Stewart is expected to flip from Texas A&M to Jackson State as well. So what's next, man?
What's next, man? Let's get this on this next. Let's get 85 mil. Let's get 85 mil coming in, and then let's try to top it off with a B. Let's try to top this off with a B, because that's how much money is going to come to this doggone program, and all those. And then not only that, now you're getting students to buy into this school. I'm talking about students, just regular students. You got students all over the country now. Like,
wow,
hey, let's go to Jackson State. Jackson State has really good programs that no one knew about. Their journalism program is off the charts. They got a really good science program that gets you prepared for med school, bro. They got a really good sports fitness program, marketing program. Their programs are dope. You can go to Jackson State and go somewhere, and now you're going there. You got a good football team. You know what I'm saying? Man, what's next up? They're gonna build up. They're just gonna build up the rest of the school. Deion said he's gonna put his footprint on the school. It's not just football. It's the school, the community. And that's how it's been. Crime has went down in the city. Crime. The thing that the chitty chitty bang bang, they don't do that a lot now. You know what I mean? They got programs funding kids outside of the doggone school, outside of the school. Like, it's big now. So guess who's up the road? Starkville's up the road. Oh, guess who's down the road? Oxford. All these teams,
not too far away is Grambling.
Not, but here's the thing. Grambling, bro. I was hoping Grambling landed doggone Ray Lewis, man, but they got this doofus
brother.
Instead.
Hey, look. Don't sneeze. Don't sneeze.
That dude is gonna ruin y'all team, and I'm
You
sorry.
tripping. You know what? No, stop it.
I'm
Stop
telling you
it.
sorry in
Slander.
advance.
Slander.
I'm
Slander.
going. Y'all should have got that man Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis would have been a battle that it would have been a battle of who wants it. Y'all would have been Under Armour too. Y'all
Nah,
been an
you
Under
tripping.
Armour team too.
Nah,
Grambling,
you
Under
tripping, bro.
Armour.
Look. Hey, honestly, before Hugh Jackson, rumor has it, not rumor has it, but CBS is reporting. Let me say it that way. CBS is reporting that Grambling State actually offered the head coaching job to Ed Reed prior to offering it to Hugh Jackson, right? So and everybody knows that Ray Lewis was in on that as well, and Marshall Falk, I'm hearing as well. But the job went to Hugh Jackson, who you saying is going to ruin the program. No,
ruin the program.
that's not at all. Hugh Jackson's going to kill it there.
He's gonna kill something.
Shut up. But okay, cool. So that's what you're saying. So that's what's next, right? So what's next are more students, not even talking about athletes alone, but more students will start migrating to these HBCUs, right? In your estimation, you're saying more students will start migrating to HBCUs, right? Because of the national attention that these schools are now getting. Hey, look, those schools produce great people, right? I am one of them, and I believe so are you, right? I know I'm one of them I'm one of them for sure, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm a PhD, right? And I got my undergraduate training at
Shout out to Arkansas
University.
Baptist. Shout out to Arkansas Baptist.
And they produce great people. Awesome, man. So so let's dive into the comment section for a second, right? Wanamaker said, Ulysses Wanamaker said the bigger win is winning the recruit because they see one go. Now more will follow because coach will get us on TV and to the NFL. So that's the exposure. And somebody said earlier, look, exposure is not the selling point as much as it used to be. Get us the bag. And now they know Deion can not only get them the exposure, but also the bag. So, okay, I see that. JT said, if he wins the Celebration Bowl, right, he'll get at least 2 or 3 more top recruits. What do you think about that?
I mean, he's already at the pinnacle right now. I mean, it's going to be the rich getting richer at this point. I think what he's doing is what Kirby Smart set out to do for Georgia, and I think the difference between him and Kirby Smart and Deion can relate to players a little bit more, and Deion's offering the real bag. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say, a lot of people don't think that Georgia, Alabama, LSU, the whole entire SEC. A lot of people think that the SEC is not, handing off some paper bag money. You feel me? But everybody getting paper bag money, and now they're getting big money. You know what I mean? There's big money going to be involved. They just let's see what you call it? I forget his name. God dog it. Nick Saban has just signed a deal to do a barbershop series with his old, former, and new players, and they all gonna get paid for each episode. They got a whole barbershop thing, and guess what?
Nick Saban gonna be doing in the barbershop.
Nick Saban, Nick Saban be vibing, dog. They be firing up a cigar. They got some drink. They just be chilling. He had Derrick Henry and I think London Collins on there a couple of times already, and it was a good show. Actually, it was actually a good watch. I like the show. I wish MTV can get in on that. I don't know.
We'll home back into that. I need to ask this question about Jackson State though, right? And so we'll get back to the comments in section in a second too. But let me ask you a question about the culture of Jackson State. And does the culture, right, that Prime has created, does that bring in recruits as well? If you talk about what happened with rest in peace to Young Dolph, right? But they had moments with Young Dolph, right? And so you saw that kind of stuff went viral. Them bringing in Brittany Renner, right? Like them having those conversations with her, that went viral as well, right? He has created a culture there, and players who are there say they love playing for Coach Prime. right? They
Mhm.
love the culture and they love the environment. How much do you believe the culture has been a selling point for some of these athletes as well?
All right. All right. Well, how I'm looking? I hope I'm looking all right.
You're looking
When I,
great.
when I say this, the culture, the culture is already there. The culture's been there. I think the it just hasn't been a sports culture. Like you think about HBCUs, it breathes culture. It breathes like, hey, this is, we got good music, we got good entertainment, we got classics, we got a good homecoming, we got a good, it breathes culture. What kind of culture that they get now is winning football games and making money. And then like not only that, you got the star, like you said, the stars are coming out. Rest in peace, Young Dolph, you know what I'm saying? I believe you went out there, you know what I'm saying? You want to put the little boys on game because you like to jump from team to team. But no, but let's be honest, like this,
The
like
casuals not gonna get you. They ain't gonna get that joke. The casuals, the people who here right now, they're not gonna get that joke, bro.
it's cool. I had to just throw my shot. But no, but for real though, like, but you get Brittany Renner coming in there, like you putting boys up on game from a female perspective. Like you're like, yo, like you can't just have my perspective. Let me give you this girl's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because they want they want to be successful, but they want to know how much their success, how much success and how much love plays into their success. Who's really rocking for them? You know what I'm saying? Who really down for them? Who really got their backs? So that's all I'm saying.
Yo, so let's get back to these comments. Ulysses Wanamaker says he's selling them on players like Walter Payton, Jerry Rice, who came from HBCUs before schools like Texas start stealing black players. Their housing might not be the same, but trust them bands and parties. Hey, that's facts. That's facts.
You ever
Hey,
been
coming
to
from HBCU,
you ever been to a HBCU party? I have.
ain't no party like it.
Ain't no
Ain't no
party
party
like
like
it.
it. Yo, hey, that's facts. Okay, the SEC overrated because Alabama winning in every few years. They top heavy. They got Georgia, Florida, LSU, Bama, Texas A&M, and everybody else average at best, maybe at best 500.
Let's make that argument again. I want to argue that.
I want to
They-
argue that too because the SEC is pretty loaded.
Yeah, it's loaded. I mean, these guys play each other week in and week out. Alabama should have lost a couple games. They just had a really talented quarterback in freaking Bryce Young. Bryce Young won a lot of those games. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? We need to be honest with ourselves. The SEC is what it's what it's I guess as sold, or is a product that is sold. You know what I mean? You're going to tell me that the SEC is just top heavy. The only reason why you think it's top heavy because Bama is consistent. You know what I'm saying? You just need to tell these programs to be more consistent, because when we look outside of that, outside of the SEC, yes, we got teams that are also top heavy. You don't think the Big 12 is top heavy? Or let's put another team. The AAC was top heavy this year. The AAC is always top heavy. You know what I mean? It's the same
Super
three
top
schools.
heavy and lost some of that top when Clemson went off.
Yeah, the ACC top heavy. ACC with Clemson. You know what I'm saying? It was always Clemson and Florida State. Now it's just Clemson. Now Clemson fall off. Now we don't
always.
know. It was
I don't
always
think always is the right word.
It was always.
It ain't been about Florida State for about a decade.
About a decade. You're right. This I call this the lost decade. But let's be honest, Florida State has won multiple doggone ACC championships, just like Clemson. Like you got it's a whole thing, man. Top heavy is in all programs. Well, think about the SEC. Let's say you're a Mizzou. I just played Alabama. Alabama put the works on me. Now I gotta go play Auburn. Auburn takes us to the limit. After Auburn, I gotta go play Florida. Florida takes us to the limit. Okay, I just I got that game, but I go to Tennessee. Tennessee decides, hey, we're gonna blow you out, and then we play a dog on Georgia that's relentless in defense, and then we go ahead and we play a Kentucky team that knows how to run the dog on football with their quarterback jumping over us. Like, come on, man, it's nothing but athletes. It's nothing but the best of the best in the SEC. You know what I mean? That's where they get. That's where they get all their NFL players from now. So let's be real. So it's not top heavy. We just need to keep up with the Joneses. That's all.
Yo, I'm gonna hop back into this HBCU situation, man, because I believe that the Celebration Bowl is going to be crazy, right? Not just the game itself, but the environment will be insane. We got a chance to cover the Bayou Classic. We saw the Bayou Classic is 60,000 plus, right?
Mhm.
Outside, it was lit. Like there was music everywhere. There were people everywhere all over Canal Street, right? The Bayou Classic was crazy, 60,000 plus. The SWAC championship game, which I told y'all in the past, I've looked at, I've seen on television, not nearly as many people there. This year, over 50,000 plus were in
Right.
attendance at the SWAC championship game. That's unheard of. That was insane, right? And now for the Celebration Bowl,
FAMU homecoming, packed house.
packed house. So and now for watch this for the and look, I know this kind of goes in with two things, right? One, the fact that we want to people we're tired of being inside, they're ready to come outside, right? But this is the thing, the Celebration Bowl is sold out. Like it's sold out. And there are tickets right now. I think today was when they were releasing tickets. And there are standing room only tickets. They're $40 a pop. Standing room only, right? And it's standing room only because it's been sold out. So I told you I went to the Celebration Bowl before, and I was able to walk around, do what I want to do. I had no media credentials. I could have went. I could have did a backflip in the aisles. I'm not talking about like I'm talking about in the actual aisles where seats are. In the seats, I could have just did a backflip. Right, there was nobody there. I was there to watch Gremlin. Right, I was there to watch Gremlin play in that Celebration Bowl and win it. That was when Martez Carter was there, and so I was excited about what was going on, but at the same time, the world wasn't. Now the world is excited, and listen, we got a chance to get the credentials. I heard that over 200 independent media outlets were applying for credentials for the Celebration Bowl. You think that's not because of what's going on with Deion? You think that's not because of what's going on with the HBCU now? People are paying attention to the HBCU at a amazing rate now. But look, and I'm glad because of Connie Westside, because of JT, because y'all used to Campus Connect, and because of what we've been doing this season, we're not behind the 8 ball, we're in front of it. And so I'm glad to know that. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Let's go to these comments one more time. We got Wanamaker. Look, we appreciate Wanamaker. Wanamaker's in this joint.
Wanamaker, man, you are welcome to the show, bro.
Look, Wanamaker's in this joint. Look, Big 12 trash, ACC trash.
Hey, chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. Okay.
Big 10 is really the only conference they can say they even. Thoughts?
I agree with the Big 10 comment, but you can't just go off and say the Big 12's trash. You can't go off and say the ACC trash. ACC still has prime history. ACC still has three national championships in the playoff era, and we also got national championships in the doggone BCS area. So don't play like we out here just bad. To be honest with you, the SEC couldn't beat the Big East back in the day, so I don't want to hear that. So let's
go ahead. Here's another question. Name an SEC team out of the ones that were named that will win the Big 10. And I think they're saying Georgia, Florida, LSU, Alabama, Texas A&M.
Missouri and Texas A&M can beat the Big. We can win the Big 10 if they wanted to. If they decided, hey, we want to go play North teams. Shoot, I think Kentucky could go in there and have a blast. I mean, shoot, realistically, if Vanderbilt can probably knock off 5 or 6 games every year in the Big 10. Because these teams play in the cold. These are cold teams. That's the only reason why I'm naming them teams. Yeah, man. Let's be honest.
Wanamaker said I went to Bethune-Cookman. Shout out
Daytona Beach, baby.
Shout out.
Hey, Wanamaker, man. I used to live in Pine Haven, man.
Shout out.
I used to live in Pine Haven, bro.
Let me ask you a question, Wes, and you would know more than I would know. What's the feeling here, bro? For Jackson State, what's the feeling for any of the HBCU teams? I know that I believe to go to the SWAC championship, you have to kind of say no to the Division II and trying to winning that playoff or going into that playoff.
It's the division.
How does that
it's
work?
Division One playoffs. I think they take the Division One AA playoffs next year, and they go ahead and make a run. I think they schedule. I think they start to schedule some of the big boys so they can show like, hey, we can beat some of these big guys. So I think they go ahead and get a. I want to say go get a. I want to say go. Let's say they go get a
LSU maybe.
No, I want to say go get LSU. I think they go get like a SMU. They play like SMU or maybe Texas Christian or
like a Tulane.
Like a Tulane. They'll go play Tulane or something. They'll go play one of those teams, or or they might take a Miami opener game just to test.
Why not take a Cincinnati or a Florida State?
If they take a Florida State team and they win in Florida State, you know the pitchforks that's going to happen because you know it's possible. The thing is possible that they will win against Florida State. You know the amount of pitchforks, bro. You know all the boos that's going to happen to that young man, Travis. Boo! You should have stayed where you were, boy.
Hey, y'all can say they can say what they want, bro. When that dude run back a punt return for a touchdown in Florida State.
Bro, their souls will leave their bodies. Their souls will just be like, oh.
Hey, I guarantee you national coverage if it's Jackson State versus Florida State, game of the week. Guaranteed. Game of the week. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So if they ever schedule that, bro, I'm going to be there. I might be there. We might be there, bro.
If TMV just be on the sideline like this, we just be... Oh shoot! Hey, I'm just gonna wear my black shirt. I'm not even gonna be impartial to anybody. Kyrie, I thought you were Florida State, bro. I'm Jackson today.
Hey man, I'm here to report.
Yeah,
yo,
man.
Thank you so much, man. County Westside, we appreciate you, bro. Honestly, without you, man, we don't have all this insight and this inside information, man. Thank you for bringing in the sound clips and everything. We appreciate you for sure. Look. Yo, shout out. You already know they salute to the show. I'm always watching. Keep bringing that heat to y'all show. Absolutely. Thank y'all. Want to make it. Appreciate you so much, yo, for real. But look, we're here. We're blessed, man. Thank you, Westside. We appreciate you, bro. And look, we look forward. Like, pay attention to the network. Pay attention to what we're doing. For the next few days, we will be covering the Celebration Bowl and diving into the Celebration Bowl hard body. I don't know if y'all know what that means, but we're gonna be full-fledged coverage of the Celebration Bowl and what's going on with the HBCU as they continue to shock the nation, right? By bringing in some of the top recruits. So that's it for us. We love you. We thank you so much for being here today. God bless you. If you want to see this later on, we are now on Spotify, but you can see us on Spotify. That's crazy. It's true though, right? So if you get a chance to follow us on Spotify, click that follow, right? When we upload stuff like this interview, we're going to upload this and put this on Spotify, and you'll be able to not only hear it, but see us on Spotify, which is a new feature on my Spotify and Anchor. So we thank you.
We might have to tackle that by ourselves. That's a new level, bro. Real quick, I want to shout out. I'm not even shouting. I just want to go ahead and correct this kid's name, guys. Whoever is reporting for Jackson State, the CFP podcast, coach, the coach who knows, guys, say the young man's name right. His name is Michael Play, not Please or not Plays. It's Michael Play. It's French. Get it right, dude. God, dog.
Yo. Want to make it said if Florida State lose to them, the coach is getting fired at the press conference.
What? Dog, remember what happened with Taggart? I told you, bro, they was in the elevator. They said, hey, we already made the decision in the elevator. Soon as that man start walking toward the locker room, they're going to point him to the stands. Sir, you're not supposed to be on the field.
Hey man, they didn't believe. They didn't believe, but we believed, and we will continue to believe as much in HBCU as a whole, right? Because there's so much stuff happening with the HBCU in total, right? And man, Deion has brought his star power to this conversation, and it's changing the conversation for sure. All right, y'all. We love y'all. God bless y'all. We out.
Peace.